up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Rage Bros Inc. Today we're playing some World of Warcraft. Just going to be checking out the Hunter at the low-level PvP specs, kind of their gear, enchants, things like that, to get you rolling and to get you into those battlegrounds and just start destroying people. One thing that I noticed in the lower levels and even up into the higher levels to about 85-ish, the Hunter is so far superior, and that's not making a statement. That's just seeing that the Hunter is very destructive in PvP. Now, we'll go over the specs, enchants, things like that. But for me, my personal idea is I like movement in PvP. I don't like to stay still. I just want to keep moving, especially at lower levels. If you get a rogue behind you, you're screwed, because it doesn't matter how good you're geared, a rogue can kill you. If they're not that geared, then you can just jump around and kill them. But most of the time, those rogues are usually pretty geared, and they'll just one-shot you, so you have to be very careful with that. I'm level 14 right now, and you can see that my health is at 1305, so that's pretty freaking good for this level, especially with all the enchants and everything like that. But I wanted to explain something. The survival spec, I choose that over marksman. The reason why I do that is because with marksman, aimed shot, you have to sit there for 2.1 seconds and cast it. I don't really like that. I like the fire and forget type of thing where you can do explosive shot and your other attacks and just keep moving. The only issue, or the only one that I could say possibly be worth taking as far as aim shot, the only thing I could say is when you're in a big group of people, aim shot, that's okay. But for me, survival, you know, I like doing my own thing. I know most people, you try and get a group with people and they're just a bunch of idiots, so you got to carry them. But explosive shot kind of takes care of that, you know. So you can keep moving and do what you need to do and own people. Anyways, okay, so as far as spec, that's I go with survival for my spec. As you can see, I've got my rotation here. Pretty simple rotation. I've got it all macroed to my mouse and everything, so I don't have any issues with that. I can move and attack and things like that. So now, if you're going to be twinking a tune, and I say this usually on most of my twink guides, if you're going to be twinking a tune, usually you're going to want to have a lot of money on you, because getting this gear is pretty tough to get as you're a low level. You can farm it as a higher level and then give it to one of your tunes, which is a fantastic idea. But if you're just wanting to get a tune up real quick and go own because you're sick and tired of losing in PvP, or you're sick and tired, or you're just boring, you're just bored of the higher level PvP, then getting this stuff quickly is going to be pretty expensive. Now, as far as twinking, the best way to get your twinking done is to have all your full BOA gear, which is the helmet, the shoulders, the back piece, the chest, the weapon, the legs, the 2 trinkets, and if you have done the fishing tournament, whatever, then you have the ring. Unfortunately, I haven't done it. I've been playing this game for as long as it's been out, 10 years almost, and I still haven't gone and done that. Just like, I know it hasn't been out since that long, but I've never actually gone and done the fishing tournament thing, to be honest. It's just, for me, I don't know. Anyways, so first I want to explain my enchants real quick on the gear. Now, obviously your helmet, you're not going to have enchants, or your neck, but your shoulders, the 8 agility and 4 crits enchant, that's actually the greater inscription of the tiger or something like that, which you're going to need one of your level 90s or 85 to 90, whatever it is, to put it onto those shoulders and then send it back to your tune. As far as the gear goes, I noticed a lot of hunters in battlegrounds, they don't think they can wear mail at the lower levels. What BOA gear does actually, the chainmail armor it turns into leather when you put it on your hunter, until you hit level 40 when you can wear chainmail. But until then, it just sticks with leather. So I know there's a lot of confusion out there. A lot of hunters I see with that rogue gear on, it's just like, no, you can do the mail gear and it still works. And over time, you're going to have more armor and things like that. But anyways, that's the shoulder enchant. Back enchant, I went with 8 agility and 8 dodge. And then the chest, I went with just 100 health. I actually might change that. But for the time being, my health is pretty freaking high. And I think the 100 health is okay. For the bracers, I went with the 7 agility. The weapon, I went on Lord Lord Blastington's Scope of Doom. You can put that on your higher level and put that on the weapon and then send it back to your tune, like I said, with the shoulders. The shoulders, the legs, and the weapon are all the same as far as that goes for enchants. Now for the gloves, I put on the 15 agility, which is a lot of agility, and the enchant is very expensive, let me tell you. The waist is no enchant. The legs, again, is the enchant that you get from sending the legs to your main and then putting that enchant on her and then sending them back to your alt. The boots I went with, I believe this is blurred speed, which is 5% agility and minor speed increase, which is fantastic. Now the ring, Stendel's wedding ring, or wedding band, you cannot get from, well, I mean, it's bind on equip, so you can, if somebody sells it on the auction house, it's going to be very expensive. You're looking at like 5 to 6K for this thing because it takes a little bit of time to get, but honestly, I went and did it. If you go to Stendel's Pond in Westfall, it's just north of, or I'm sorry, it's just south of where all the main quest hub is, Sentinel's Hill, I believe. Yeah, Sentinel's Hill. It's just south of there, and it's that little pond. You fish in there. It took me about 75 fish to catch, so 75 levels to catch, and it wasn't that bad, about 30 minutes of my time. And it's 5 crit, plus 5 crit strike. That's pretty freaking good. At this level, it's really good. My other ring is just a spirit ring. There's no other agility ring at this level that I've seen yet, or I wasn't able to get my hands off in the auction house, so I just went with that. That doesn't really do anything for you. And then the 2 trinkets are plus 5 haste. I mean, you could go with the PvP ones. Honestly, the PvP ones might be a little bit better, but I like the plus 5 haste. Plus, you get 2% of your health back when you kill something, so that's pretty good. Now, that's the gear and the enchants and everything like that. When you're getting into PvP grounds, it's a tough situation at these lower levels because there's a lot of people that twink out their characters. But at the same time, there's a lot of new players that you can just go one shot. And it seems kind of, you know, crappy, but it's PvP. They're learning, and at some point, they're going to get to a higher level and be able to do the same thing. So it's all fun. It's all enjoyable. I think basically this is pretty much my final words on this. When you're in a battleground and you are with your group, make sure you are in the back of, or like midway in the back of the group. If you're in the way far back of the group, that is like rogue bait. If you're in the front or the back, it's like rogue bait. But if you're like midway to the back a little bit, it's a good spot to be in your group, and you can just own people. You just shoot them down, 2-shot people, 1-shot people. It's freaking amazing. All these enchants and armor and everything all together cost me about 6K gold. It just depends on server to server. The only things that were really expensive were the prospector mitts, and then the where were they? Prospector cuffs. The prospector mitts were 3K, and then the cuffs were about 1K. So yeah, it's pretty expensive. But overall, it's not too bad as far as, you know, you can earn a lot of gold in this game now at high level. So if you're looking to twink, you're gonna have to spend the gold. Well, anyways, I hope this helps you out, guys. I hope that, you know, you enjoy your time playing on your hunter, and if you completely destroyed or you were having some issues, just put a comment down there, be like, hey, this is what's going on, and I'll try and answer it as quick and as well as I can. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.